All right, welcome back, everyone, to another great AMA here at Gollum's Gyms. Absolutely incredible streak we've been on this week, welcoming on talented team after talented team, and today is certainly no different as we chat with the crew behind Avarice, whose projects that will make basically all passive income fans, as well as referral system fans. You're going to be happy once we get a chance to chat with them. They have a lucrative staking app, but before we dive into it, guys, I got to announce this awesome giveaway for the Gollum Army and the new listeners, with one BNB being split up between two lucky random listeners at 0.5 BNB each, and a Gollum's golden ticket for the best question asked at the end of the segment. As a quick reminder, these are good for any whitelist spots offered on the channel, so these golden tickets are potentially a very valuable prize. Remember, guys, if you want to qualify for these giveaways, it is super easy. Just make sure you're a member of @Avarice Official, @Gollum's Gyms, and @Gollum's Gyms Reviews, and you are now eligible. Feel free to send in your questions via DM. If you cannot ask them on voice chat, I'll do my best to ask them on your behalf. Let's get it started. Avarice in the building. Rad Dad and Elgu are going to be joining us. Let me get you guys unmuted here. Perfect. Elgu, I got you. Rad Dad, I got you as well. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome.
How are we doing here?
Good.
Hello.
Love the video chat, fellas. I appreciate it.
Let's go.
Let's go. I know everybody else likes it as well. I was blown away, guys. So just a quick intro for everybody that's listening in. If you haven't seen it, AvariceToken.io, you can get a head start. You've got to check out their panel, their D app that they have out here. It is super cool, guys. They just launched a few weeks ago, offering such a unique system here on their staking D app. I know that you guys credited another project on the homepage, but it's the first time I've personally gotten to play around with something like this myself. And, I had a ton of fun with it. It seems like a really interesting concept. And yeah, I'm excited to learn more, guys. I know you guys have a ton of experience. Maybe we can start there with who's behind the project.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll just introduce both of us. I'm Rad Dad. This is Elgu. We're both part of the core team. We aren't the founders of the project, but we are sort of the voice of it. So we do all the AMAs and a lot of the community interaction on our Telegram and our Discord. Just want to say thanks for having us. I mean, your community started joining our Telegram like 45 minutes to an hour ago, and they are hype, and it's awesome to see. So we really appreciate that, bringing the energy to the chat. But yeah, our background is we come from all over the place, but most of us have actually worked together in one capacity or another before. But the actual core founders of the team were part of the T2X project that existed. It was DeFi Summer 2022, and this was a staking dApp on Tron. I'm not sure if any of you got memories long enough to remember that one, but it really sort of kicked off the momentum of what became DeFi Summer. So we took their core dev and we rebuilt it, and we've improved on the tokenomics of it and improved on the referral aspects of it and relaunched everything on BSC. And we're currently sitting live in auction day number 20. But I know most of you can be asking, am I too late? We'll get to that, but absolutely not too late, because there's basically a new pre-sale every single day, kind of the way we've built everything. So we've all got a long history in crypto, most of us in DeFi the entire time. So we've kind of brought all that together to produce what's now called Avarice.
And also, hello from my part. I like to call myself the team clown here. So that's like a joke we have around, and we have people all over the world. And, I'm from Finland. I don't know I think Rad did say where he was from. Yeah. Oh, you have it. Yeah. You're like half there, can't see it.
Yeah.
We've been around DeFi for some time, and doing some AMAs here and there. And thank you very much for having us. And let's get this started for sure.
I'm excited, guys. Again, this is brand new to me, but I head over to the D app itself. Quite an accomplishment, I think, in my opinion. Again, I'm new to them. 29,000 BNB deposit, over 20,000 participants. The referral system seemingly is just catching fire. I see it all over YouTube when I look on there. You guys are everywhere, and I don't even know where your focuses were, but that referral system is lucrative enough for it just to spread, right? Once people start hearing about it.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that really set us off in that first week, is a whole bunch of YouTubers just started producing content, wasn't paid content. They just did it on their own because they saw the value in that referral system. But I'll give you an overview, and then we can get into the referrals, because I'm sure you've got team builders in the chat that are curious about how that whole thing works. How about that?
I would love to, man. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how we're going to approach this thing. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'll give you the overview, and then we can go off into the bits of it afterwards. But basically, it's a staking DApp. So I'm going to start by saying this because I saw a lot of questions from your group in our chat about, PooCoin, what's the price, where can I buy, all of that. And there is actually no liquidity for the AVC token. This is purely an auction-based token purchase, and then it's staked in our DApp to earn BNB dividends. That's it, plain and simple. You participate in a daily auction. There's one every day of the week, indefinitely. And then you get your AVC at the end of that. And then once you have your AVC, you set up your stakes. And as soon as those stakes goes live, you start accruing BNB dividends against your stakes. So it's a very simple system when you get into it, but it's very powerful because the way we've sort of structured the tokenomics is that with each passing day in the lobby, we pull those dividends further into the future. So today is day 20, which means all the BNB that we collect today is getting paid out over the next 20 days. Tomorrow will be day 21. It will be get paid out over the following 21 days, which basically ensures that there's a consistent and lucrative flow of BNB over the future. That goes all the way out to day 60, where after day 60, it will always be 60 days, 60 days, 60 days into the future. So when I kind of mentioned, am I too late? Absolutely not. And actually what's happened is we have a few dip days recently. Your crew has really the opportunity to get in now and out whale the whales because you're buying in at a much better price than our early whales did, which means you'll get more AVC, which means you get a bigger share of the dividend pool at the end. So everything here is based on proportions. It's not based on token price. There's no liquidity for anyone to come in and rug the project. It's all locked into the contract and redistributed back out to our stakers over the duration of their stake. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of questions that have popped up on that statement. I don't know if Elgu wants to jump in and add anything, but happy to go deeper on all of it.
No, I mean, since you're native in English, I always love to hear you. I'm just here to, throw some little bits in, and that was beautiful. I mean, it was plain and simple like that. So, we can go into the buy depths and, something, a bit, more difficult a bit later. But hey, I don't have anything to add at this point. Thank you.
So maybe it's good to have my perspective here because it's like, you're dealing with something. I think a lot of us are brand new to it, maybe that might be looking at it. So I'm going to ask questions because, I'm kind of a noob at it, and I'm sure some others might have some as well. So
please do.
It's interesting. It's super interesting. Like once you understand it, it just all clicks for you. You're like, oh, okay, I see the opportunity here. But if anybody wants to check it out, you have to go look at it while we're going through this AMA. It won't make sense to you unless you're actually seeing it, I think, unless you've been involved in these projects before. But click over to the panel, go over to the lobby. You can see the previous day's auctions. And this is the cool part. So it ends at, 12 p.m. UTC every day?
UTC.
Yeah, 12. Yeah, UTC, exactly.
Well, I guess 12 a.m. UTC.
12 a.m., yeah. So you got about 5 hours left on the auction for today.
Okay, so have you been seeing a lot of people just rush in at the last second? Is that the game, just to sit here and watch it?
You know what? So the whales definitely, we call them the snipers, and they definitely come in at the end because they can kind of gauge roughly how much AVC they're going to get. Because that's the thing. Like, if you put a BNB in right as the auction turns over to the next day, you're going to see, holy crap, I'm going to get 100,000 AVC. And then every time you refresh the page, that number is going to go down because you continually get diluted throughout the day. So what the whales tend to do is they wait till the end of the day and they say, okay, I'm reasonably certain if I drop in 50 BNB right now, I'm going to get roughly this number of tokens, and I'm good with that. So you'll see that most of the action happens in that last hour of the auction. It's sort of like the eBay mentality, right? Everyone waits till the last minute, and then they try and outbid each other basically to get the most tokens for that day.
And just to put it into a perspective, 50 BNB yesterday would have been 15%. And 50 BNB the second, third, fourth, and fifth day would have been around 3, 4, 5%. So it's all a mind game for people here, and that's the beauty of the project because every day is like a launch. So everybody's like this. It's a fun time for sure.
It seems really, really fun. So let's say I go through the experience, right? I get the adrenaline rush. I get my big allocation of tokens because everybody was AFK that day, which is awesome for me. I have this big stack of AVC tokens. What do I do with them? How do I turn this into money?
Yeah, so as soon as the daily auction closes, like within a minute of it closing, so let's say 5 hours from now, you've participated in the auction happening right now, you'll be able to go back into our dashboard and collect your tokens for that day. That's a good point to mention now with the referral system is when you hit the collect button, that's when it actually generates your referral rewards. So I'll comment on the referral here just so everybody knows. By using someone's referral link and making an auction bid, you will get 1% additional ABC tokens just for using the link. But the person that actually referred you in gets 5% bonus ABC tokens on everything that you buy through the auction. So all of that happens is triggered by that collect button at the end. Once you've got all those tokens in your wallet, you go migrate over to the staking portion of our DApp, and you can set up all of your stakes. Now, here's where it gets fun. You can set up as many stakes as you want, with the minimum staking day being 1 and the maximum staking length being 300 days. Just understand that all of your dividends that you accrue are locked until the end of your stake. So the contract can't get drained. Whatever you accrue during your stake will be there for payout at the end of that stake, but you can't access them until the end of that staking period. So what we've seen with most of our community is they've set up multiple stakes. So I'm just going to use, let's say I got 30,000 ABC in today's auction that I can set up my stakes for. They'll do maybe 3 stakes of 10,000, and they can do one for, say, 15 days, one for 30 days, one for 45 days, or maybe they want to go 30, 60, 90. But basically, they kind of hedge their bets and stagger those stakes so they're making sure that they get a portion of every day's dividend payout. So there is a ton of strategy and game theory involved in the platform. But I mean, there's really no wrong way to do it. I wouldn't go 1 day stakes personally because there's a bit of a downtime in restaking your ABC after you collect your dividends. But most people that we've seen have gone kind of in that 30 to 60 day range up until this point, at least.
So something interesting that I also saw that I made a note here was that, let's say I'm hard up on money, I can actually sell these individual stakes as well, right?
Yeah. So I mentioned. So go ahead, Elgo. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I could answer that here. There's like a lot of game strategy that comes into the into the buys and sells, but I've seen even like 300-day stakes being sold for 5 BNB, and they already have accrued like around 6 BNB of dividends. So you're basically like taking 1 BNB, like minus 1 BNB, but you don't want to wait those 300 days. So that's where the tricky part comes into life. So I mean, it's all if you have like 10 stakes or 15 stakes, then I guess if you need the money right there, right now, then yeah, you can sell one. You can, then get back into the lobby, get more ABC tokens that you had more than you have in that stake. So there's like lots of ups and downs in that regard. But I mean, if Brad wants to say something else about it. So
just going to add on, like I mentioned, there was no liquidity to actually sell your ABC directly, but selling the stake is the way that you could exit the platform if you wanted to, or like Agu said, you could take that BNB, send it back into the lobby to get more ABC, and then compound your gains over time. So
it's like
tons of different ways to play it.
It's like flipping, yeah, in a way.
Sure.
I love to do that myself. So
I've only flipped one so far, but it was great.
It's definitely unique, guys. That's something, and it's appealing too, because there are people that are hunting. There's kind of sharks on the side waiting for it, and then there's also people inevitably that are going to be hard up for some quick cash every once in a while. So really cool system there. So now, like, there's a maximum amount of days, though, right? How many days will this go? How much supply is going out there?
So the supply decreases by 0.5% each day. We started day 1 with 3 million tokens per day, and it's gone down 0.5%. So it would actually take over like a century to get the lobby down to 0. So these auctions are ongoing indefinitely, but there will be fewer and fewer tokens. It does slow down quite a bit once you get, sort of to the halfway point. So there's in our lifetimes anyway, there will always be ABC available in a daily auction.
That's so crazy, man. I think it's such a cool way to spin it. There's so many different, I guess there's not so many different, but there's a lot of passive income projects out there. And, I know that people like certain ones, don't like certain ones. Now, has it keep it sustainable with this with people depositing BNB? I see that there's some sort of a tax element, but how does it work? How does it make it sustainable?
Yeah, so because with each passing day, the dividends get paid out further into the future, it always ensures that there's something there for the stakes to collect. Now, the other thing that people kind of probably picked up on is the fact that every stake is getting diluted every day because there's more tokens coming online, which means that the share you bought 10 days ago is now a smaller proportion of the total AVC in existence. So there's an element of that built right in where you have to sort of keep up with reinvestment over time in order to maintain your share. Otherwise, 100 or 300 days from now, what you started with on day one will be worth far less than what you started, what you have at the end, which is okay. But so that basically incentivizes people to recycle at least some of their BNB rewards back into the lobby to maintain their share, to continue the BNB rewards that they're, getting over time. So obviously, we're going to reach as many communities as we can and get people in. But, for example, we're at day 20. We know that there's a ton of 30-day stakes out there. So we know that there's a good pot of BNB currently locked up that's going to become available. And we expect people to send a good chunk of that back into the lobby. So it'll sort of kind of ebb and flow over time, but will continue to pull forward into that future and make sure that there's a payout for everybody.
And also, like, that slow dilution is something you have to take into account when you buy or sell a stake. So that goes, all goes together in the end.
And referencing back to T2X, which is the platform that this is all based on, the all-time highs came after 30 days for exactly the reasons that I just talked to. Everyone's out of ammo after that first couple of weeks. And then, once those divs start to unlock, things start to boom again. So I think you're coming in at the perfect time right now to snipe a whackload of AVC and make sure that you're set up for the next wave that's coming.
It is cheap at the moment for sure. So
big time. Yeah.
We all FOMO'd in when the lobbies were like high.
I'm not immune to it. I'm not immune to it.
It is what it is, man. Good question.
I'm just sitting here chatting away to a muted mic. Let's see here. So a couple other things that I wanted to say. Obviously, mobile optimized. I thought that part was cool. I'm assuming everything is managed by smart contracts, right? Like everything in this is pretty, I guess, hands off from the team standpoint, pretty decentralized. So, I mean, is there anything that's kind of manually driven that requires one of you guys to do something to execute on this project, for its lifespan?
The only thing that we're manually doing at the moment is contests, really. Everything within the platform. Yeah, everything else is baked right into the contract. The referrals happen automatically. The BNB dividend collection or payout happens automatically. So the only input we require from you is to go in and actually collect or to enter the auctions, but the smart contracts execute everything else.
Beautiful stuff, guys. I really want to shine a spotlight on this referral system because I am such a huge proponent of referral systems in this space. Tell me a little bit more about it. Do I earn off of if I refer somebody and they refer somebody? Do I get that? Do I get any benefit from that like second tier?
Algu, you want to take this one?
Yeah, in this case, not. So there's only if you refer someone, he gets 1%, you get 5%. So it's pretty simple in that regard. So yeah, answer is no. So
yeah, the system isn't like Drip, for example, where there's uplines and downlines. It's all it is a URL that a person using your link would click through, and then it cookies your wallet in their browser so that it knows to pay your wallet the referral. So yeah, you can't go like 15 layers down, but YouTubers can definitely make a good buck by shilling out the referral link.
Nice. Now, I know you guys have a plethora of experience when it comes to these style of projects. Where are you guys at right now in like the scale of the biggest in terms of, like where are you guys at with the comparable project?
Well, I mean, there was nothing like us 2 weeks ago besides us. And obviously now we're in sort of the war of the clones, but we are far and away have the highest TVL. I mean, we've collected over almost 30,000 BNB in under 3 weeks. We were trending number one on DApp Radar across every metric, basically the whole time. So we blew the hell up, and, we're very, very proud of that and not going to back down. Now, obviously, competition, I'm sure, will come online, and I'm sure we'll try and, pilfer off some of our users. But we're here. You see who we are. You'll see us in the chat. The rad dad you're talking to in Telegram is me, right? So and the team's coming with integrity, and we're here for the long haul. So that's who we are and what we're going to do.
That's awesome, guys. I just didn't know if there was like somebody that had 100,000 BNB live. I mean, what's the I guess how do you guys qualify success? What to you guys is when you look at this project and say, yeah, I left my stamp on crypto here. What is that level for you guys?
I would say that the security of the contract for the investor in this regard, you can look in 10 years backwards and see, hey, this project Avarice, they were legit, they did the job, they made it happen, they were like morally and integrally doing it for the investor, for the people. It's not like, I know DeFi and the crypto world is full of something that I might not want to say here, but there's a difference that I feel like this team has in regard to many of those not so I can't find the word right now, but yeah.
And for me it's about longevity and much like how you said, integrity, right? Like we wanted to build something that worked, and we wanted to build something that would be around for a long time. So like T2X is technically still online. Like you could still go participate in the auctions. Obviously the momentum has 2 years out now is not what it was for sure, but we didn't want to put something in the market that was a pump and dump that was going to die in a couple weeks, as you see so often in the space. So we're here for the long term. We're working on a couple new things, and we're always thinking about what's next for ABC and the rest of the team. But yeah, we want to make sure that everybody that enters ultimately ROIs and gets their profit, right? Like that's the goal. And to do that, we just need an engaged community, which we absolutely have. Our community is just phenomenal, but also a committed team, and that's what you got in us. So that's where I'm at, man.
And I mean, during the worst times that I've seen on crypto at the moment for the last 2-3 years, the amount of people coming in for the community that's behind our project it's just insane to see the positivity that we have in the Telegram chats, in the Discord, and as you said in the beginning, the YouTubers just flowing in like, hey, I made a video, hey, I made a video. It's beautiful to see, and that's like a curriculum that we are gonna have in the future, and I mean, we're here for it and we'll stay here. So hey.
Awesome stuff, guys. So like when it comes to, obviously, like every single crypto, you need new holders, you need volume in a sense. I guess for you guys, you need people filling up in the auctions. So what has been the strategy so far? Obviously, the referral system plays a huge part. It goes viral by itself, but you guys can kind of control some things to a certain degree. What has been your main focus point, and who's your ideal partner in this kind of a project?
I mean, we're really looking for engaged communities that already know passive income and want something stable. Because I love ROI dApps. I'm in a bunch of them, but the problem is the token fluctuates so much that your ROI, even though you're getting 1%, 2%, 3%, whatever it is, it can fluctuate dramatically and ruin your gains. But here you're getting BNB. It's a top 10 coin, right? Like it's something that people want to hold for the long term. So we're trying to draw in people that are ultimately trying to stack BNB, especially throughout the bear market. Because I mean, realistically, if you're buying BNB in at around 225 or 230 where it is, and it was down under $200 like last week, you stack it up in Avarice for 60, 90, 100 days, and then we come out of this crazy bear market that we've been in, it goes 600 plus, like you're laughing, right? So
yeah, imagine
oh my God, like come on, that'd be the play of the
beautiful
year, I think.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
I'm balls deep into the project and Rad as well, so I want that for sure. Like even if we're working for the team and for Avarice, like I got my money in there, so hey.
Same man. But yeah, we obviously you nailed it. I mean, every project needs volume, every project needs new holders, but we want to do that through a history of proven results. Like we don't want to try to bring people in just as exit liquidity. That's why sustainability is important to us, because we want to be able to make sure that even if it does take maybe a little longer, you still get your ROI, you still get your profit. And then when you get your AVC tokens back at the end of your stake, you restake them. They may not be as big of a share as of the pool as when they started, but they're still going to earn dividends over the long term. So yeah, that's, we're continuing to reach out to new communities. We're leveraging our existing community to sort of tap their communities, and we're happy to do these conversations with anybody and to bring as many people into the platform as we can.
It's kind of a cool thing because you have an event every single day, just like you guys were talking about. It's kind of like a launch every day, right? So you can just sit there and just enjoy it. If you came in, you can read all about it. You have plenty of time to do due diligence and everything else, and take advantage of good auctions. But I'm looking through questions that are coming in now. Before we dive into them, I did want to toss it back to you guys. Now, that once you get the hang of it, it seems pretty easy, and I think we've covered just about everything. If we highlight the staking one more time, the thing I would ask is, what kind of strategies have you guys seen be successful? Are certain groups doing certain things? Do you guys take a personal strategy? Do you encourage beginners to go with a certain strategy? Talk me through the strategy side of things.
Yeah, I mean, I could answer that for my part. At the moment, because we're at day 20, I wouldn't recommend, as Rad said before, to go for like a 1 day, 5 day stake, because you're losing 1 to like 48 hours after that stake ends to restake those tokens and for it to be active. So there's like, in that regard, there's no point in doing that. But personally, what I've done is I've made a few stakes for 30 days. So now when those end, I'll have many days, collecting BNB, So it's like a ladder in a way. But then I have also a few stakes for a year, for 300, nearly a year, 10 months in this case. And then I have a few for 150 and a few for 90. So I want to get some BNB out, during that time. So that's why I have different stakes in place. What Rad said before about 3 ones, that's like the basic strategy if you want to go just with something simple. But I have like 20 stakes in there, like different lengths. So it's whatever you want to do, right?
Yeah, on my end, I started out like the first week, every day I went in, I laddered 30s. So I'm much like Algu. I've got, day 30, day 31, day 32, day 33, but I've also got some 60-day stakes and a 75-day stake as well that will go off on the end. But something interesting that our community was doing that I thought was such a cool idea is they basically set stakes to pay for life events. So one person had a Christmas present stake, one person had a winter holiday stake. So they're kind of timing their stakes to end when they're going to need the money to do whatever it is they want to do, which I thought was such an awesome thing. It was really cool. But again, you could set up your stake with the entire intention of flipping it to get that BNB back to then, go into the lobby again and get more AVC. Because like if you can 2x on a stake sale, now you've got double the BNB you had before, go back in the lobby, you get, somewhere around twice the number of tokens, depending on what kind of day it is in the auction lobby. And then you could restake those and keep going. So options are endless. I like a set it and forget it kind of guy. I don't go for the advanced tactics, but I know some friends personally that have like min-maxed the crap out of this thing and have been flipping stakes and going long, going short, and you just gotta, find what works for you.
That is awesome, guys. Now, I had questions coming in. I did want to throw it back over to you. Do you guys want to talk about or cover anything that we didn't cover about the app or the project, or maybe some future plans that you guys have lined up in terms of, how you want to take this strategically, whether it be marketing or development or anything along those lines?
Yeah, for sure. So two items I might touch on, and one is sort of in celebration of this call today. We've got a contest going on, so everyone's got 4.5 hours left to get in that auction lobby. But for anybody that goes 0.3 BNB or more, you'll be entered into a draw for 1 BNB, and we're going to pick 5 winners after today's auction lobby. So you might be able to ROI your entire contribution in a single day just by winning this contest. So that would be pretty sweet. And we do contests fairly often, including things such as like we'll give away 1% of the auction lobby for that day, and that's something we'll probably do in coming days. So every day is something new. But in terms of development, something that the community like really wants is like a lottery. So it does two things. It's exciting, obviously, but it also brings volume to the lobby. Because the idea would be that you contribute an amount to BNB, which we're still figuring it out, which would get you a ticket into the auction, into the lottery. And then if you win the lottery, you get the whole pool, but it goes right to the lobby under your wallet. So it's volume for everybody that will ultimately get redistributed as dividends for the whole pool. Everybody wins, but one person's going to get a nice lump of AVC out of it at the end. So Dev's currently working on that, and we're hoping it doesn't take too long, but we'll keep everybody updated as we've got it.
Awesome. Let me see here. Mr. M. King came in with one. He says, I want to ask a question about the auction system. Thinking about smaller investors, they will have to compete directly with whales in the auctions. That may cause people to have difficulties getting into the system. I'm not sure if you quite understood how it worked, but do you have any plans to create different auctions with limits to max investment so everyone has a better chance to actually get a better rate on ADC tokens?
No, we're not going to split the auction in that way. I think it would create issues in terms of the dividend payouts. But the fun thing is, like, some whales went in our heaviest days. Like, we had a day where it was over 3,000 BNB, and they put in 100 BNB and got, their tokens, where you could have done the same thing for 3 BNB yesterday. So for the smaller guys, it's probably better to wait and watch the auction lobby for days that are very low, then go in and get your bigger share. So and the other thing is, the day one whales have all been continuously diluted up until 20 days where we are now. So their initial buys, if they haven't been keeping up by reinvesting those dividends, the whales are slowly getting eaten away by the small guys now. So if you actually check out our Telegram, there's a few people in there that have been DCAing, like, or dollar cost averaging like 1 BNB a day, for example, for a long time. And they have now accumulated more tokens than some of the people that went way heavier earlier on. So I would just pick your moment is what I suggest for people that are, smaller players.
Interesting. This might be a good exercise for all of us. I know we've had quite a few people that have joined in the last 15 minutes or so, I'd say. Mr. Luke came in with one. He says, sorry to ask, it may be a busy day, but I'm a bit overwhelmed on how it works. Could you do a quick walkthrough right now, just to through the panel? If I want to invest, how do I do it?
Yeah, I don't know if I can actually share my screen. General, is that something you could do? Because I could talk you through it if you can.
I can't hear because I'm actually doing them on mobile myself, unless I need to flip over to the laptop. You can try to do the share screen right there, but it's pretty simple because, once you understand it, you got it. You can just click it with a few buttons. But maybe for everybody that's tuning in, you can kind of navigate them to the webpage and they can kind of see it on their own.
Yeah, so if you access our DApp, which you can go to avaricetoken.io and then click Get AVC, or there's the dashboard button up in the top right of the site, it's the lobby tab that you'll be looking for if you're participating for the first time. On that page, you will see every previous day's lobby, and the one at the very top will be the current day's lobby. On the right-hand side,
a little note, you have to connect your wallet before that, obviously.
Thank you. Yes, you got to connect your ESC
no problem,
wallet.
No problem.
No, it's good. And then on the right-hand side of that auction, you'll see a button that says enter. It'll bring up a pop-up box, and all you have to do is input the amount of BNB that you want to enter in the auction. There is no minimum. So I think it says 0.1, but that's just an example. You can do less than 0.1 if you want to, and then you just hit enter, and you'll pay the gas, and then you'll be in that day's lobby. At the end of auction, there's a countdown timer right at the top of our site. You will go back to that exact same spot, and that button will say collect. And that's all you press to collect your AVC. At that point, it will generate the referral rewards, as I talked about earlier. And then from there, they'll be in your wallet, and you can go to the staking tab. On the staking tab, it's very simple. There's just 2 boxes to enter. How much are you staking? How long are you staking it for? Very simple. After that, you'll see all of your active stakes in your staking dashboard. You can follow their progress. You can see how many BNB dividends they've accrued, and that number will change every day that the auction lobby goes on. So you're kind of right. It sounds way more complicated than it actually is. It's a few button clicks once you're into the dashboard, and once you've done it once, you're golden for the rest.
And then I would just want to add that we have maybe probably 15 to 20 videos of this, just a simple how-to. in YouTube already. So just write Avarice token and how to buy. That's it. You'll find like a gazillion videos out there that will walk through the exact same thing that Rad just walked us through. So it's fairly simple. When you see it, it's fairly simple for sure.
Awesome. I think that was a good explanation, guys. Once you get it, it clicks, man. You see it, it's easy to navigate. It just takes that moment where it just clicks for you. Jesse basically came in with a question that says, how does the team get compensated for their efforts for the long-term purposes?
Yeah, so great question. So every day we collect 6% of the auction lobby, and 2 of that is held for buybacks, contests, and marketing. And then the team collects 4% of the daily auction lobby, and that's what we use to pay the entire team, which includes our extended moderator team as well. So there's basically 94% of all dividends that are or all BNB that's collected during the day is redistributed as rewards, and then the team only ends up with 4% at the end. So we didn't want to drain the system by any means. We wanted to make sure that everybody did get paid and continue to build for the long term, because I think that's important. But we wanted to do it as fairly as possible for everybody.
Very good. I see a lot of hands up here. I'm going to start getting some of these questions that I see coming in, guys. Maxwell, I got you unmuted if you want to throw your question out there while I'm going through these written ones.
Welcome.
Oh, it popped off. We lost Maxwell. Maxwell, if you come back on, man, you can chat. Holy Krypton, I got you unmuted.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, we can.
Oh yeah, so beautiful project to have here. I just raised my hand so that I've been listening to you guys and you have an awesome presentation and a nice project. I went through your Telegram and community. Uh, I just really have a question. Just wanted to commend you guys on the good work. So yeah, love seeing your faces. Really encouraging. Nice stuff, guys. Thanks, General Gollum. Nice being here.
Oh, good stuff. Just some affirmations. All right, cool. Holy Krypton. Hope you jump in their community.
I love it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Daniel, I got you unmuted if you wanted to throw your question out there.
Don't be shy.
Meta Boy, I also got you unmuted if you want to throw yours out there too, whoever gets it first. Someone. So remember guys, you got it. Oh, there you go, Meta Boy.
Thank you, General. Extra. TG got me kicked. It's kind of like. And hello, guys. Elgu, Red Dad. How are you doing?
Hello.
Guys?
Great, thanks. How are you?
Oh, he got muted again.
We might have lost him. I don't know.
Sorry.
Oh, there we go.
There he is.
Kick again. Yeah, I am going to the question. We are in a bear market right now. How do you plan to sustain in the bear market, and if there's any more like BTC drop again, do you guys are going to planning for that things?
You got it out. Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that, well, we broke the bear market by launching Avarice, so yeah, that's what happened. So, but yeah, you can
Yeah, who
answer.
knew there was 5 million of BNB sitting on the sidelines just waiting for a sponge, right? But anyway,
yeah,
that's the thing. Like, the price of BTC drives the market. We all know this, but the point is that we're stacking BNB. Like, forget the dollar, cost of it. We're just trying to accumulate as much BNB as possible. So, as BNB gets cheaper, theoretically, the lobbies should get bigger because people can actually buy more BNB and stake, and then it gets paid out as dividends over the long term. So we're not too worried about another BTC drop. I would love for it to not drop. I've got other investments that really could use it to rise up. But anyway, that's it.
Oh, that's a solid answer, guys. Maybe another one. Do you have any planning for different language marketing plan? Like, yeah, you're doing globally, but do you have any specific country targeted marketing maybe for the community?
I could answer quickly here. We already have, well, I mean, Rat can explain a little bit, closer. I think I'm not too into what's going on in the background, but what I do know is we are in talks with a community of Latin and Spanish, speaking investors, and we also have a few communities already building up. I think in Germany and China at the moment.
Germany, Chinese, and then there's an Italian Telegram as well. So
Oh yeah,
we're covering our bases. But if
we're
there's any Canadian members,
going, we're spreading.
yeah, so we'll happily set up a Discord channel for whatever language you speak. If you want to join in there and chat, that's fine. But if you want an actual dedicated Telegram channel in any language, please DM one of the admins, and we're happy to talk about what that looks like.
Yeah, that's very great, man. You make me smile with your great answer, man. Yeah, I'm from Indonesia, and I have some crypto community group too. I've jumped into your Telegram group. Maybe we can do some development in Indonesian market, man. Thank you very much, and for the privilege, General. Thank you. Successful project to the moon, guys.
To the moon.
Awesome. Thank you, Meta Boy. Appreciate it, man. Let's see here. Daniel, I got you unmuted. If you want to throw your question out there still, I got you unmuted. Let's see. Microphone issues. Daniel, feel free to shoot it to me in DM. I'll ask it for you. Elmania, I got you unmuted. Elmania.
Elmania was never seen again.
I know. Come on, guys. You got let's see. I
What
keep
happened
looking down
there?
too.
Hey guys.
Let's see. Oh, go ahead. Sorry,
Oh,
Elmania.
hello.
Sorry, my Telegram was just kind of laggy somehow. So I read that you're going to be having a referral system, and that got me thinking. If I refer someone, is there going to be like something like what's it called, a promo code that if I give someone that code and someone logs in using that code of mine, he kind of gets a certain percent of whatever he's earning. Like for example, like 20% or 30% on his initial deposit. I don't know if you get my point.
So they get 1% extra on every purchase that they make through the auction, and you get 5% per bonus, 5% of whatever they buy as well. And you don't even have to participate in the auction that day to get those rewards. So it's just a fixed percentage, and that happens every time, not just on the initial one. So anytime they buy through, as long as your wallet was used in the referral, then you'll get that bonus, and so will they.
That's really nice. That's really nice. Because at first, when I saw the referral system, I thought it was just going to be like the initial deposit, then the rest is just going to be neutral, but you just clear that out. So just a quick one. Now that the market is kind of like it's kind of deep, and what did you guys put in place to kind of stay afloat this now that the system is kind of the rampage right now?
I mean, I think I kind of touched on that in the answer there last time, but I mean, the idea right now is to bring in as many new users as possible. And then once those stakes have matured, is to keep them in the system by providing value over the long term. So, the team is constantly working to develop new ideas that will keep people here. But I mean, the returns have been amazing, honestly. I think everybody's happy still at this point. We're 20 days in. The quote, the token can't tank because there's no price, and everyone's still getting their daily percent. So feeling pretty good about that overall. For us, it's just a matter of continuing to market, continuing to educate, continuing to push, and to get as many new faces into that Telegram and the Discord as possible to keep the party going. Because I find it's funny, I float around a ton of different chats, and there's a lot of people that hang exclusively in our chat, or what it feels like anyway, because it's just a good vibe, and they like the project. So
really nice, really nice. You guys have a really great project. Thanks you guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jenna.
Thanks.
Appreciate you hopping on, man. Let me see here. Daniel, still got you unmuted, man. I'm just waiting for you to start talking. I'm just going to leave you unmuted. If you chime in, you're welcome to. Let's see here. Give me one quick second. That's moving all around. Cryptos. I got you unmuted. Cryptos and Mary, I got you unmuted. Either of you guys want to throw your questions out there?
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Hi. Sorry, but I missed the first, so maybe you have gone through this already. But I was wondering more about the utility. You can stake the token. Can you use it for something else?
Right now, staking is the primary utility, but we are definitely kicking around ideas about other partnerships and things that we can develop that will utilize the ABC token. But I mean, at its core, we're a staking platform, and that's what the token was designed to do.
Okay. So, and also I wanted to know where do you see yourself like in 5 years? Or...
I mean, we'll still be auctioning in 5 years. So as long as the community is still behind us, we'll all still be earning passive BNB in 5 years' time.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, I'd be happy to be alive in 5 years, but hey, who knows?
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Step one, right, Helgu? Step one.
I said I'm the team clown, so hey, it's all.
we all hope to be alive in 5 years.
Yeah, for sure. We can.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Am I audible enough? All right. Thank you so much. It's nice talking with you. My Telegram is lagging, so perhaps you touched on my question, but I just want to clear myself. That is charity. Will you venture into charity? Because you know that there are many persons who out there may be interested in your project, but due to one thing or the other, they need the help. So I want to know if you venture into charity, and if you will, do you have any plans to like something like incubation program, to train to bring up upcoming projects, something to help others that can be of assistance to them. That's my question.
I mean, it's a really nice idea and good question. Thank you for that. I mean, we're always looking for new, paths for us in the future, and I think that it's a fairly difficult area in crypto for sure. But as an idea, it's fairly good and something that we could look at in the future for sure. I'm personally I wouldn't say no to probably anything because you can always get something out of whatever the idea is. But we are looking at a lot of new things coming along the way. So. Yeah, at the moment, not. I think no one in our team has ever talked about charity or anything that relates to it. But I like the aspect of it because there's I don't remember which investor. I heard some podcast one day while driving at work, and it was someone like wealthy who was talking about like where to invest their own money, and he said something that has stayed with me well, basically what he said is I invest in people in the future and in like things that help people thrive and the world itself. So I think in that regard, I like the idea personally, but that's something we have to talk with the team for sure. And I mean, we'll see. We have a list. We have a long list of things that we need to talk about, and that's something we're gonna write up. That hey, maybe there's something that we can do, to help everybody, to help ourselves, because business is business after all. So it can't be like just throw money out and then. But yeah, hey, it's a good idea. Thank you for that.
Absolutely agree with that. And Algo's right. We haven't necessarily touched on that exact thing yet, but one thing we are super passionate about is doing what the community wants, right? We're very receptive to feedback and implementing ideas. So that's, I know the community's all going to have a lot of B&B, gains over the time, and how we can, make another use of those or figure something out. I think it's an awesome idea. So thank you for that idea. We'll definitely add it to that list.
Awesome stuff. Aisha, I got you unmuted if you want to throw yours out there. Aisha. Blue Whale, I got you unmuted. Aisha, I got you unmuted. Oh, go ahead. Aisha.
Hold on. What I want to ask is, do you have any partnership with any coin?
No, it's a great question. And it's something I can't answer directly because we're still in talks, but we are definitely in talks with a number of other projects about, how we bring each other utility and expand our community outreach. So I have nothing I can formally announce yet, but talks are definitely underway.
Awesome stuff. I hope that answered the question. There was a ton of feedback there. Maxwell, I got you unmuted. Maxwell.
Yeah, hello. Nice and great idea about the staking and all. I feel the staking and the savings part of the idea of the project. I really just want to ask a question that drives towards that part where you talked about people staking and for a period of time that they will need the money for Christmas. I believe it's a very good approach to market and to drive people to come into the community to get involved in this project. So what I want to ask is, do you have plans to partner with banking sector, the e-commerce platform, to encourage people to just tie their money down just with those stroke keys of the button? Because I believe if you use this medium, you will get a better outreach, because people know that if they drop their money somewhere and they are needing it for Christmas, they will get double of what they invest. Something like a good savings plan. You understand what I'm saying? Are you?
Yeah, I'm following what you're saying. I think that the challenge with a project like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you can go on. You can go ahead.
Okay. I think it's a great idea, and I think it works with a lot of projects. But the challenge with ours is because there's no liquidity, it means the AVC token doesn't necessarily have a price. And then, so if you were to use it to transact, people wouldn't know how to assign a value to it. And we're not going to be adding liquidity. We wanted it to be purely a utility token for the staking platform. So using it in something like e-commerce might be challenging, but I totally understand the idea of broader, spreading the token to a broader audience through that channel.
Yeah, it will virtually encourage savings. People will just get the token for savings and turn them back to BNB later on when they need it.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, man. I thought you were done, Blue Whale. I apologize, man. Sorry, let me get through a couple other ones. I see a lot of hands up. Maxwell, I got you unmuted. And Bexton links as well if you guys wanted to try to throw your questions out there. Once again, guys, you might have to hit that middle mute button. I got 3 people unmuted. Remember, just hit that middle unmute button and you are good to go.
And I'll just say thank you, Blue Whale, at this point for the comments before.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so you can hear me, right? Oh yeah. So thanks for the opportunity, guys. I went through your project and it's looking great, guys. Nice job. So my question was gonna be consider the current market and also do you have plans for burning some tokens anytime soon, just to add to bump and give some investors, some kind of hope, just for that. And also I wanted to know what system have you put in place, to balance and sell. You don't want the investors to overbuy. No, I said overbuy. Huh. You don't want the investors to oversell. The big whales. If they oversell, just cause fraud in the project. So what system have you actually put in place? So that's my questions.
Sure. Yeah. So two parts there. We'll do on the first one. So in terms of like just airdropping people tokens, we're not going to do that. We do have the referral system, which is pretty robust in my opinion. But something I didn't mention in the staking is that we actually offer bonus tokens for longer stakes. So the longer stake you take, the more bonus AVC tokens you'll get at the end of that stake. And the idea is to help with some of that dilution that happens from having a daily auction. So for example, if you go for a 300-day stake, you will actually get, I think, slightly over 100% additional AVC at the end of that stake.
Or 105, yeah.
Sounds right. Yeah. So you'll basically double your AVC over that time. In terms of whales dumping, I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about the project is that they can't, because there's no liquidity, there's no price. They can't sell all their bags and dump the price, which then ruins the community because they just FUD out that the project is dead. I mean, they have to continually buy into the platform to be able to maintain their positions over time. So even if someone went heavy and became a whale on day one, that doesn't mean they're going to be a whale on day 30 if they just took their gains and haven't done anything with them. So I think it's a bit unique and not something that you've probably experienced before, but I think it's one of the coolest aspects of this project is that, that can't happen in this case.
The tokenomics, they make it so, every investor, even if you throw in a little amount of money or even a bigger one, you're always going to profit in some way. So the tokenomics, secure your position in a way, in that way that, it's safe to go in and not, get wrecked by a big whale or something like that. So.
Yeah, most definitely, guys. And if anybody's new and kind of missed out on some of the fundamentals behind the project, check out the recording after we're done. If you still have questions, check out the website. If you still have questions, I mean, hop in there and ask from the team, get some perspective firsthand from investors that are in there. And
we have an army of mods. We have an army of team members that everybody's eager to help. So hey, shoot your questions. We're in Discord and Telegram, no problem.
Perfect. Bexton, I got you unmuted. I see you there. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening. Yeah, I want to know, is it only on the website that you can participate, or is there any plans of listing the token in other centralized and the decentralized exchanges? Like
no.
Okay, it's only on the website you can buy and stake.
Because of the reasons that Rad just explained, that we don't have liquidity, we can't, it's not a pump and dump kind of coin. It only works through the DApp, and that way every investor is safe from that FUD and that, loss of money that I've been part myself of. I've been rugged before. We're all been rugged before, probably, most of us.
Rug this week, man.
All right, since there's no liquidity, I guess it's a nice project because of the fear of this pump and dump. That's why most people, they don't want to kind of put in their hard-earned money to a project like this. Since there's no liquidity, I think it's a nice project. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Good questions, guys. I know that we're kind of running out of time here, guys, and I see a lot of questions that are a little bit redundant, stuff that we covered a couple times. So again, guys, I want to encourage you, check out the recording, ask your questions after this AMA. I know there's still quite a bit that are out there. Now, I want to toss it back over to you guys as we close it out. What do you want to leave people with? What do you, what I guess maybe some bullish sentiment for the future, the upcoming days, upcoming weeks, the long-term outlook. Maybe you can leave us with some good words.
Yeah, for sure. I would just say take advantage of the few dip days that we've had here to get a big bag now, because, when dividends start recycling back into the program and our outreach and marketing continues, those lobby days are only going to grow from here. So this is the perfect opportunity to jump in and get yourself a good position, and then you'll start taking advantage of all of those BNB dividend rewards. The team will keep developing. We'll hopefully get that lottery function up and running very soon, and then there'll be much more in the future to come. So we're extremely bullish on it. Join our community. They're there to answer questions too. They really love the project, and everyone that's involved is super passionate about it. So I think you'll find it's a really cool place to hang out.
Nothing to add there. Nothing to add. Hey.
You guys crushed it, man.
That's it. That's it.
You guys absolutely crushed it, and I hope that people get a chance to at least go on there and explore the platform that you guys have created. You know, at least jump in the community, ask some questions, get a feel for it. Very supportive, very welcoming. All the good things that you want to see in a passive income project. So awesome stuff, guys. You knocked it out. And for everybody that's been listening in, one more time, avaricetoken.io. At Avarice Official, you can hop over there, ask any questions to their team or their community. Kind of a combo there between the two. So yeah, guys, awesome stuff. Thanks once again for bringing this to us. I'm going to say personally, I had a good time researching this one because it was new, it was unique, it was fun.
I appreciate the time, and thanks for having us.
Thank you, man. Thank you, and thank you everybody for your questions. And we are, as Rad Dad said before, we have a little competition ongoing. So hey, make sure to check it out, and let's have some fun tonight. I mean, that sounded wrong, but hey, well, it is what it is, right? Oh my God.
Awesome stuff. For everybody that's been listening in, that does it for today's show. You know, once again, guys, I was blown away doing the research on this, as it was super unique to me. Very cool experience to chat and learn from Elgu and Rad Dad as well. Appreciate you guys hopping on video, as it was great to see a face behind the voice and the project. Every day at 12 a.m. UTC is like a new launch over there. New opportunities coming all the time. Super cool stuff. Make sure you check them out, guys. Just a quick reminder, we'll be announcing the winners of the giveaway very shortly. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at GollumShims. Hop into these awesome discussions that we have been having lately. Thanks once again, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you again the next time we open it up. Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.
On that note, bye-bye.